so that a month from now, when I was supposed to go make a phone call, I don't go, I never talked to that customer. This is one of the most important hour and a half that any team will spend together. The only reason you miss an L10 meeting is you're on vacation or you're dead, okay?
For a franchisee or a multi-unit franchisee, what does the process look like for them in terms of working with you or working with EOS? Explain to us, okay, you start out, what do they start doing? What's that process look like? And what's the end result? What's the transformation, so to say?
Gotcha. So we have, go figure, we have a process because we teach process. We work on process. Our first meeting, first session with every client, and it's completely free, is what we call the 90-minute meeting. And in that 90-minute meeting, I give you a little background on EOS, a little background on myself, and I do a little dive into the company that I'm talking to. I need to pull some information out. I need to learn about them so I know best how to present the information and help them. And then we spend about an hour going through the EOS model. What do the tools actually look like? What is it going to look like and how are you going to use them? And then I spend about 10 minutes explaining exactly what I'm explaining now. What's the process? We call it the proven process. So if after that, I leave at that point and I let the team talk about it, because I don't expect, this is not a sales process. It's an education process. If you decide you want to work with me or any implementer, our first step is scheduling what we call focus day. There are 3 days where we work with clients within 60-day window, okay? Focus day, vision building 1, vision building 2. In focus day, we give you the basic structure of the tools. We take first pass at your accountability chart. We take a first pass at your scorecard. We teach you how to run an effective leadership team meeting we call an L10 meeting. Okay. And we set rocks, which are business priorities. It's the first set of rocks. You walk out of focus day, and the following week you start meeting and using the EOS tools, because that's the basic structure of it. You're going to hold your first L10 meeting, and in the next 30 days, you're going to kick the tires. You're going to figure out what you know, what you don't know. It's like going to the gym and learning a new piece of equipment. You got to use it, got to figure out how it works, and start building those muscles of how to use the EOS tools.
I want to unpack that a little bit, the focus day a little bit. So, okay, so you do this focus day. You mentioned an L10 meeting, a level 10 meeting. So what's a L10 meeting, and what's the difference between that and a normal meeting that, an entrepreneur might have with their team, et cetera?
Gotcha. A level 10 meeting in EOS world, we call it a level 10 meeting because the last thing we do as a team is we rate the meeting 1 to 10. 10 means it was a great meeting. We worked well together as a team. We stayed focused, and we moved the ball down the field, is the parlance that I like to use. Okay, you fix things and you address them and move the company forward. Okay, if at the end of that meeting you rated a 5, you have to explain it. So 8, 9, and 10. That's my feedback. And the purpose of rating a meeting is it's a self-correcting mechanism. Okay, so if it's 8, 9, or 10, it's not perfect. It's good. 10's a great score. 7 and below, you as a member of that leadership team has to explain why. So, we spend time going down 3 rabbit holes instead of staying on the agenda. For example, might be a good thing to point out to people so that next week you're better at it, okay? And an L10 meeting is really this. There's a lot of opportunities to have meetings within any entrepreneurial company. This is one of the most important hour and a half that any team will spend together, because it's a problem-solving meeting. So we spend the first 20 minutes of that getting everybody on the same page, right? We do a check-in, personal, professional best. We just change the transition. We segue, as we call it, into a new mindset out of our normal day-to-day. We review our scorecard numbers. No discussion. It's a snapshot in time. Here's revenue, here's margin, here's number of leads converted, et cetera, whatever it is that's appropriate for that team. But you're going to review those numbers, okay? Snapshot in time, everybody's on the same page. We're going to review the rocks. Are you on track for completion of your track, or do you need help? okay? Either one of the scorecard numbers or rocks that are off track become an issue for us to talk about later in the meeting. Third is customer employee headlines. So that's sort of a catch-all. It's a 1 or 2 sentence. We signed client X, just wanted you all to know, okay? You want to talk about it more, we put it in the issues list. So it's really just getting everybody on the same page. We review what we call to-dos, and to-dos are 7-day accountability measures to make sure things don't fall through the track. Last week when we saw problems, when you solve a problem, there's usually some action. You got to make a phone call. You got to change a policy. You have to have a conversation with somebody. We record what they are and who's going to do them, so that a month from now, when I was supposed to go make a phone call, I don't go, I never talked to that customer, right? So it's really just another one of those little level tools that is part of EOS to make sure things don't fall through the cracks. And then out of that 90-minute meeting, we spend 1 full hour solving problems using the IDS methodology, which is identify, discuss, and solve, okay? We may solve 1 problem, we may solve 10 problems, and we call it the issues list, and don't get caught up in the term issues. Not every problem, not every issue is a dumpster fire. It could be, hey, I got a great idea I want to talk about with the team, or I need to really give you an update on this project I'm working on, okay? 5 minutes before the meeting's over, because part of the agenda of an EOS L10 meeting is it's same day, same time. Really important. The only reason you miss an L10 meeting is you're on vacation or you're dead, okay? It's sacrosanct, right? If 2 members of the team are on vacation and 2 are there, you have an L10 meeting.
If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.